Coming up this evening from the mining news, the mines minister is calling for enhanced training of artisans to meet industry demands.
Given the opportunity in 2013, and since then I haven't looked back. So growing up in Kitwe, I lived in Nkana East, so I could always look up to the slag dumps that always used to tip off at 1800. So you'll know them today as Black Mountain. But as a youngster from my house, I could actually look across Nkana East and see the slag dumps, and it always was as a young boy an exciting and interesting thought about, well, that's the end product, what happens before that? And I don't think I quite understood and appreciated how complex and how interesting the mining process can be, whether it's underground or open pit. But I certainly wanted to know more about it. I was endeared to it. And further growing up at that particular point, First Quantum had just opened up the Bwana Mkubwa mine. And the idea of a mine that was previously closed now being reopened with the entrepreneurship idea that it can actually yield value and return an operating entity into the industry always made me feel that this was an entrepreneurial company that I wanted to be a part of.
Mines and Minerals Development Minister Paul Kabuswe has called for increased investment in the training of artisans and technicians to meet the growing demand for skilled labor in Zambia's rapidly expanding mining sector. Speaking during a tour of the Kansanshi S3 expansion project in northwestern province, Mr. Kabuswe has emphasized the urgent need to bridge the skills gap as the mining industry experiences accelerated growth. Now, to address the shortfall, Mr. Kabuswe notes that the government is intensifying its use of skills training programs funded through the Constituency Development Fund initiatives aimed at providing more youths with the technical expertise required to thrive in the mining industry. He adds that the government's commitment to fostering local talent and reducing dependence on foreign labor position skills development as a cornerstone for Zambia's long-term mining strategy. We now conclude the mining news with the mineral commodity prices.
Mining news sponsored by First Quantum Minerals Limited, operating Kansanshi Mining PLC, and FQM Trident Limited.
From the mineral commodity prices, we have 4 minerals closing off in a positive and 2 closing off in a negative. Let's get straight into it. We have aluminium there with a closing price of $2,463.50 US, closing off in a negative. We have copper as well closing off in a positive there with a closing price of $9,634 US. Zinc did close off in a positive there with a closing price of $2,706.50 US. Lead closed off in a negative with a closing price of $15,438 US, a negative closing price there, and a positive closing price for lead at $1,985 US. And finally, tin also closing off in a positive with a closing price of $31,378 US. Those are the mineral commodity prices. Overall, that's our mining news. We take a break. We continue with the rest of the news desk.
Mining news sponsored by First Quantum Minerals Limited, operating Kansanshi Mining PLC, and FQM Trident Limited.